People are like, where were you? And you're like, did you see what happened? No, I didn't. Where were you? Trevor was telling us about Brixton. Iran was negotiating a nuclear deal with America. Negotiating a deal. They're making progress. They're getting close. They're getting super close. And then Israel was like, no deal. And then Israel started launching missiles at Iran. The whole world was like, man, this again, Middle East conflict, Middle East. And then at the peak of it, everyone was like, man, how could this get worse? Donald Trump was like, hello.
It started with a missile strike, escalated into the US bombing Iranian nuclear sites, and somehow ended with Donald Trump vying for a Nobel Peace Prize. Sounds like satire, doesn't it? But as Trevor Noah would say, it's just another day in the ludicrous timeline. Let's piece together this bizarre sequence of events. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Imagine trying to stop a tornado by running straight into it with a leaf blower. That's basically Trump's approach to Middle East peace. Only instead of wind, it's explosive.
It's been a good week. It's been a crazy week. Oh my goodness. Like, I thought the week was just gonna be about comedy in London. And then Israel and Iran happened. You try tell jokes when there's missiles outside. Like, everyone was here, like... Because that would be a weird way, like, to be, you know what I mean? Like, at the beginning of World War III. And then we were on, like, the brink of, like, World War III. Like, you here are now Friday crowd having fun. Monday, Tuesday crowd. Oof.
When he ordered the bombing of Iran's nuclear sites, Trump didn't just announce success, he practically threw a victory parade. According to him, it was a spectacular military success. A move so bold and effective, it might as well have been followed by confetti cannons and a Mar-a-Lago champagne toast. The way he described it, you'd think Iran's nuclear ambitions were blown into next week, canceled like a bad TV show. But plot twist, intelligence reports later revealed a far less impressive result. The strikes, hyped as devastating, only delayed Iran's nuclear program by a few months. That's like a kid stomping on an anthill, thinking he's conquered the entire insect species, only to find the ants cheerfully building a new hill 10 feet away. This is where Trump's genius plan gets shaky. If the goal was long-term peace, knocking out Iran's plans for just a few months seems less like a strategy and more like procrastination with added pyrotechnics.
Donald Trump came in and he was like, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna totally de-escalate this situation. I'm gonna de-escalate this situation. And we were like, my man, you've never de-escalated a thing in your life. But Trump came in and he's like, I don't like how Iran and Israel are launching bombs at each other all the time. So many bombs, we can't have this. It's not right. Too many bombs. We gotta stop it. And no one expected it. Like, the whole world was like, okay, Trump is gonna mediate, or because he said to them, hey guys, let's sort this out, peace deal. We're gonna do a peace deal. And then he dropped bombs on Iran.
Trevor Noah had the perfect analogy for it. He joked about how the whole fiasco felt like a breakup where one person is calmly offering to talk things out while the other's chucking dishes across the room. Except in this case, it wasn't dishes, it was missiles. And Iran played a surprisingly chill X, even giving the US a heads up before launching their retaliation strikes. Yep, they called ahead. Imagine being bombed and then having your enemy politely warn you they're about to strike back. Was it strategy, diplomacy, or just a level of shade we've never seen before?
Like, he also doesn't know what he's doing. He's in it with us, which is a nice change. Oftentimes we're at the mercy of those in power, but he's in the mercy with us. Earlier today, the United States military, that's us, launched missiles, bunker busters, launched missiles on Iran. And the reason I say this is because Trump came out And he hosted a press conference about it. It was so wild. He hosted a press conference about dropping the bombs.
Oh, but it gets weirder. The US informed Israel, a key ally, before conducting these strikes, escalating tensions even further. Yet somehow, all these fiery moves were sold to the world as steps toward peace. This bold rewriting of logic leads to the real question. How exactly did Trump spin this into a peace effort worthy of a Nobel Prize? Simple, by saying it louder than anyone dared to question. Who bombs a country, drops an F-bomb on live TV, and still thinks they deserve a Nobel Peace Prize? You know the answer. It's Donnie Diapers himself. After the US strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, things got spicy real quick when Israel retaliated in a bold way, escalating tensions overnight.
And so now, because America had dropped bombs on them, then Iran had to respond, but then Iran didn't want to get into a fight. No one wants to get into a fight with America, you know what I mean? And so like Iran was like, we are going to retaliate against you. And then they launched missiles at an American base in Qatar. And then Trump, very, like in an interesting way, he responded to Iran. Then he wrote on his like thing online on his profile, he was like, thank you to Iran for giving us notice about the bombs. Now it's over, it's all over. There will be peace. Like out of nowhere, they came and they were like, Iran launched more missiles. And then everyone was like, wait, what missiles? And Israel was like, you launched missiles. And Iran was like, no, And then Israel was like, too late, we're coming for you with more bombs.
Enter Trump, magnified by the limelight. He decided this would be the perfect moment to address the situation, and accidentally turned it into an R-rated broadcast you wouldn't want to air at grandma's house. During a live appearance, reacting to Israel's sudden escalation, Trump did what no seasoned politician would dare to do. He dropped the F-bomb, raw and unapologetic. The moment was shocking, not just because a sitting president let it slip on TV, but because even his most loyal fans didn't know what to do. The profanity stole the spotlight. Forget the bombing. This was the moment everyone talked about. It was almost like his inner monologue came out loud for the world to hear. Was it a rare glimpse of the real Trump, or was he just so unfiltered that he didn't even realize what had happened? But let's not forget the absurd cherry on top here. Trump still had his sights set on the Nobel Peace Prize. This wasn't just speculation. His team campaigned for it like it was Junior Prom King all over again. Supporters claimed he deserved it more than Obama, with one senator even declaring there was no doubt Trump would win. No doubt, the man just bombed a country. Why stop there? Should we also give a wildfire arsonist the Firefighter of the Year award? It's like living in a parody. Meanwhile, critics, including The Washington Post, highlighted how these strikes left behind chaos, including increased security threats in the US itself. It's hard to tout peace when your own FBI has to reassign its agents to counter terrorism because the risk level just skyrocketed. Whether this was all strategy or dumb luck remains a mystery, but Trump's Nobel ambitions? That is irony in its purest form. Bombing for peace sounds about as logical as setting your house on fire to keep it warm, but somehow that became Trump's signature move. His strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, followed by a self-proclaimed peace deal, turned traditional diplomacy on its head. The fact that intelligence reports revealed the strikes only set Iran back by a few months makes the whole spectacular success claim even more absurd. Yet Trump's Nobel ambitions brought comedy to chaos. It's a reminder to question not just the leaders, but the logic we accept. Maybe the only thing Trump actually obliterated was common sense.